Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for the Scraproom, and I'm sharing with you this cut file based layout created using an Echo Park collection called Let's Go Travel. So when you subscribe, you get, that is the embellishment, and you get 3 pattern papers. Don't ask me why I showed you 6, and so I'm showing you both sides of the pattern paper that come with the Flavor of the Month kit. You will also get 2 pieces of cardstock, which is that craft there. And then that's the digital cut file. You get an exclusive digital cut file every month. If you subscribe to the pattern paper add-on, you get 2, which these are the 2 pieces for this particular collection. Don't forget you get the pieces from all 4 collections. And then that is the embellishment add-on that goes with this particular collection. So I have 2 photos of 2 of the universities that we visited in Arizona. So yes, we were traveling, but the layout isn't so much about traveling as it is about lots of choices coming up ahead. That my daughter has big goals and she will be going places. We just have to figure out where it is that she's going to be going. And so it was kind of fun to be able to use this very travel themed layout for a kind of not travel themed very travel themed layout for a very non-travel themed collection. So I am going to back that geolocator, and then you can see that I have cut it in 2 different colors. Well, I've cut the whole thing, and then I just separated the geolocator and kind of trimmed it down. And then I'm going to place that on top to create another layer. So just to add a little bit of darkness and contrast, because I've got all the contrast in the stripes down below. So Echo Park chipboard no longer comes with stickers behind it, so you have to make your own sticker. And I'll show you a little trick for these banners. So if you have something like words or banners that come out individually and you want to set them down without having to rearrange them, just put zots or dots, sticky dots on the back, and then align them where you want them. You'll see me do this in a second, and then push them through, and they literally come out the way that they were arranged on the original piece of paper. I thought that was pretty cool. So make easy work for yourself. I do something similar with thickers too, right? They already have sticky stuff, so I just fold the backing and then push them off the backing. So see how easy that was? Some of the chipboard pieces are definitely a little bit harder to remove than others. A little help from my X-Acto knife there. So the bulk of this layout is cut up pattern paper, really. I'm not using, other than that strip down the bottom, huge chunks of pattern paper here. I'm trying to keep the emphasis on the photos and the storytelling, as well as that giant title there through the digital cut file. So the 2 photos, and then I've pulled out a couple of the chipboard pieces, and that is from the embellishment add-ons. I will also use a few of the stickers. There's a lot of color in this collection, which is fine because I really kind of have a lot of color. One is an inside photo and one is an outside photo, so there's different color contrasts in those photos, and I need to play off of that. So I'm using the sticker border down the bottom there, and I really like the way that the dark contrast of that scallop, that navy scallop, goes with the dark contrast of the navy blue geolocator that I've put in there. I am using liquid adhesive to get this down on the page, and unfortunately somebody rings on the doorbell and I need to run downstairs, so I have to quickly finish putting this adhesive, and you don't see it going down, but literally I line it up and I set it down, and then I will move on to here I go there. So it's stuck down. I haven't done anything else, but I'm trying to figure out where the pictures are going to go so that I have space to journal on the left-hand side. I will tell you, so my original intent was just that I was going to journal in that open spot on the left-hand side, but I end up cutting the piece of the tone-on-tone map in the blue, that lighter blue, and journaling on that as a banner. And again, it pulls some of that dark contrast out of the photo and evens things up there. So I really wanted that car to go there, but because of trying to pull up this sticker and how I end up ripping things, it ends up needing to go on that right hand side there, just to cover up that gap so that I can have the scallop that goes all the way across. And that's fine because it kind of creates a diagonal line of the red of going places in the digital cut file down to the red car there. And so you get a little bit of a diagonal line that adds to the visual aesthetics of the layout there. So placing that camera down, just to, again, it moves within that visual line, that diagonal line, because of the weight of those elements there. So ended up working out well for me. I thought those chipboard circles would be fun as the circle for the P and the dot for the I. And so you can see I do the dot for the P, and I actually go back in and I do put one in for the opening of the P there. And the reason that I end up doing that is because you'll see I'm going to use a circle cutter here to cut out these, the compass. And I'm going to use that, pardon me, on the right hand side of the page. And so I have these two circles, but I kind of needed a third one to close it off. And so that worked out perfectly there. The other thing I am going to do off camera, because you know me, I do a lot of that, is I am going to take a few of the little word stickers. It says explore everywhere. And that is going to go to the right hand side of that G in going places, the right hand side of the right G. And again, I just felt like I needed a little bit more embellishment, fill up a little bit of the white space. I'm not big on filling up white space, but there needs to be balance in that white space. So this is the layout that I have created for the Scraproom kits. It is a kit club, but if there are some available, you can do one-offs. I will link you in the box down below to where you could subscribe to that. I love these kits because I get 4 different collections every month, and I don't have to choose what it is that I want to buy. The selection has been made for me, and it's perfect for getting literally a taste of different collections that you may not have thought about buying or thought that you could use. So I am placing twine on the top of the banners. I'm going to tie 2 little bows. Easy work right out of Baker's Twine. That does not come with the kit. That is from my stash. You do have to be careful with Baker's Twine that you don't pull too tight, otherwise it'll warp the twist of the twine. So make sure you know the length of the bow that you want before you pull it and tighten it, and that way you can maintain the inherent twist that comes with that twine. This is Baker's Twine. They weren't kidding when I was on another design team for this twine company. They are no longer in business, I don't believe. But they said a lifetime supply of twine. I have had this twine, I want to say, for like 15 years now. And it's still going strong. You can see how big that bolt is there. So again, does not come with the kit. So the close-ups are to follow. Enjoy the close-ups. If you have any questions about the kit subscription, please don't hesitate to leave those in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.